A cupcake with bright frosting appears against a white background. It hops forward and gasps as it discovers 3 muffin pans that exactly look like braille cells. 7 more brightly colored cupcakes appear. At the whistled command of the original cupcake, hop into the various muffin holes to form the braille letters TBK. The muffin tins are replaced by the Blind Kitchen logo, green braille letters TBK on a white background. Fade to black.
Hello, and welcome to the Blind Kitchen, where everyone gets a seat at the table. I'm your host, Deborah Erickson, and in this episode, we're going to talk about the talking thermometer. The thermometer that came in your collection is just like any other kitchen thermometer. Its purpose is to take the temperature of the food that you are cooking. This one, however, has one special feature, and that is that it can speak the information to you. Most thermometers require that you read a display or a dial to gather the information. This one will speak it to you. This style of thermometer is a probe style thermometer, and it's also an instant read, and I'm going to demonstrate these features to you. To turn on your thermometer, you have to remove the probe first. I'm sliding it out of the handle. It's going in a little bit of an arc, and now the probe is extended. It works a lot like a Swiss Army knife, where the blade is kept safely inside the handle when it's not in use. For this thermometer, the probe tip is safely in the handle. So let's look closer at the handle. In the handle, there are 3 buttons. The largest one in the center is the speak button, and if I were to press it, it would tell me what the temperature at the tip of the thermometer is at that moment in time. There's a button lower, a little bit smaller than that, and that is a toggle button between Celsius and Fahrenheit, so you can choose which system you want. Now the top button actually turns on a backlight. In the center of the body of this thermometer is a digital display, so you can actually read the information, and if it helps to turn on the light, you can do that. But I want to give you 3 reasons why not to do that. First of all, if you have residual vision, but you're legally blind, it's probably going to be a lot of eye strain for you to get your eyes close enough to that screen to be able to read it. Secondly, if your eyes are that close to the screen, your face is probably pretty close to hot food, and that's not safe. And the last one is posture. If you're bending over and hunching, getting your face near the food to read it, that's not very elegant. Why not just stand up tall, put the thermometer in, press the button, and have the information read to you? I have 2 Cornish game hens roasting in the oven right now, and I can smell it. It smells so good in here, and I think they might be done, but I'm going to make sure that they're at least 165 degrees by using the talking thermometer. So I'm moved over near the stove now, and I'm putting on my heat gloves, safety first, and I'm going to pull these out of the oven, park them on the stovetop. Okay, so I'm centering myself in front of the oven. I'm opening the handle, and I'm putting my fingertips in just to barely grab the top of that rack, and I'm pulling it out, and I've got the pan securely there. Got a good hold on it, and now I'm going to go to the other part of the stove and put it down on top. Oh my goodness, that smells good. So now I'm going to come back down here. I'm going to push in the rack, and I'm going to close the oven door, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I have in my hand a cut glove, and you may say, why do you need a cut glove? Well, I'll tell you why I need a cut glove. It isn't meant to protect me from heat, but it does. It offers me an extra layer of protection between my skin and the hot food, and it's good for tasks such as this, where I need to get the probe into the thickest part of the meat and the closest part of the bone. And this cut glove will allow me to touch and put my hand on this food so that I know where the back is, where the front is, where the legs are, so that I can get it to the thickest part of this cute little bird. I have the cut glove on my left hand. I'm opening the thermometer, and now I'm touching one of these hens. I'm putting it in the thicker part of the meat, and I'm counting to 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now I'm going to press the button.
144.3 degrees Fahrenheit.
Not quite done yet. This is going to need to go back in the oven, so I'm going to go ahead and take off my cut glove, put the thermometer down. I'm going to put on the heat gloves, and now I'm going to open the oven door and pull out the rack so I have a nice place for this to land. And I'm grabbing these 2 cute little birds, putting them back in. I'll probably cook them for about 10 more minutes. And now I'm closing the door. And I'll tell you a little bit about how to care for your talking thermometer. There's a couple of things you need to know. First of all, I just put the tip of this probe into food that could cause cross-contamination. It wasn't cooked to a temperature that's safe to consume. So I am never going to close the probe and let that bacteria potentially get into the little place where the probe goes after you close it. I'm going to always wash the tip of this probe with hot soapy water to avoid any cross-contamination. Also, you can never submerge the body of this thermometer into water or into your dishwasher. It will absolutely ruin it instantly. Trust me, I've done it before. The other thing you need to know is that the batteries tend to be used up pretty quickly, especially one if you're leaving it open because you don't want that cross-contamination to happen. And also, if you're pressing the speak button and the light button at the same time, it's going to use it up much quicker. But the batteries aren't that expensive. And how you'll know the batteries are going bad is it'll make like a garbly, slow, or mispronounced words. You'll definitely notice a difference. Or it'll read terrifically incorrect information, like you dip it into ice water and it says it's 150 degrees. You know there's something wrong. So just change out the batteries and it'll last you a very long time. So thank you for being a member of the Blind Kitchen community. I hope you have many meaningful conversations with your talking thermometer, and until next time, happy cooking.
She smiles towards the camera, fade to black. The Blind Kitchen logo appears, fade to black. Neo Creative Productions logo appears. The logo fades to black.